This podcast has been brought to you by Seeker's Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Help us spread the light of prophetic guidance to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Make a small donation at seekersguidance.org/donate. For as little as $10 a month, you can help people find life-changing guidance.
It begins with the Qur'an, right? Those who recite the book of Allah. And the word for recitation, tilawa, is an amazing word because as the ulama explained, tilawa is for one thing to follow another. And it's used both because when you recite one verse after another. But also, the tilawa has been described in the Qur'an, الَّذِينَ يَتْلُونَهُ حَقَّ تِلَاوَتِهِ. Those who recite it as it deserves to be recited. Tilawa means for one thing to come after another. And reciting the Qur'an as it deserves to be recited entails that action follows your recitation. So you recite the words of the Qur'an and the Qur'anic conduct follows. And you recite the words of the Qur'an and the Qur'anic character follows. You recite the words of the Qur'an and the Qur'anic concern follows. You recite the words of the Qur'an and Qur'anic virtue follows. You recite the words of the Qur'an and the Qur'anic state of being present with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala follows. Right? This is the sense of tilawa, for one thing to follow another. Which is why the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, it'll be said to the person of Qur'an, اقرأ warqa, recite and rise. فَإِنَّ مَنْزِلَتَكَ عِنْدَ آخِرِ آيَةٍ تَقْرَأ. Because your rank with God will be in accordance with the last verse you recited. Because the recitation that is called upon is a recitation that is followed by action, by transformation, by living. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّهُ غَفُورٌ shakur. He is the all-forgiving and most appreciative. In our human relationships, people aren't forgiving. You make one or two mistakes, they'll remember it for the rest of their lives. Even if you did 200 good things, the 2 bad things will be a blemish with you. But with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is encompassingly forgiving. So this is a call, seek His forgiveness. And He is shakur. He is most appreciative. Even the least that you do, Allah recognizes it, appreciates it, and rewards it generously. When it comes to the Qur'an, this change that is a means to forgiveness begins with beginning to recite the Qur'an. Right? To make tilawa of the Qur'an, that thoughtful, purposeful recitation of the Qur'an, a part of your daily life.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by Seeker's Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Visit seekersguidance.org to access reliable Islamic knowledge taught by qualified teachers. We offer a wide range of courses, podcasts, articles, and a world-class answer service. Support us in spreading free, reliable Islamic knowledge to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Visit seekersguidance.org/donate and make a small monthly commitment today. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever guides someone to goodness will have a similar reward." So don't forget to share this podcast and spread prophetic guidance.